Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, the question was being asked saying, is gambling haram? Astaghfirullah. Wallahi, it is total haram. Why? Because the person says, I put a little money and therefore I receive something bigger and higher in return. And since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says if you impose money in a business and you gain a lot, it is not haram. You see, Habibi, wallahi, it is haram. This is something that it isn't proper. If you go in the occasion or somewhere important, in this age we are, it is something that even the haram things is okay for us to express outside, astaghfirullah. But you see, gambling, there are some cases in where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says if you overgain in something that you did with your money, if you overgain from it, is haram. And gambling is a different sense of it, because why? Gambling is something that it is bad. Why? Because when you impose money into gambling and therefore your outcome is something very extra large, like very, very large to the degree you will even be surprised when you receive the money, and to yourself, you didn't work in any way. If you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you, you can't sit in your house and say, oh Allah, grant me money, grant me money, grant me money, and you expected money to be falling from the sky in your house. No, you have to go out, work, achieve, make sure you go to the place you work and place your trust in Allah. You can't make dua and sit without any effort. Dua without any effort, wallahi, it is something useless, to be sincere of it. So if you are making dua, you have to have the consciousness, which is the talk of Allah Azza wa Jalla. I have make this dua to my Lord, my Rabb. So even if I am going to rely on him, I won't sit where I am. I have to go out, work, achieve, and come back. And there is so many trading app which someone imposes money and gain a lot, imposes money and lose a lot. In gambling sense, it's something that is not permissible in Islam. You see, alcohol, gambling, zina, these are major sins, wallahi. Major sins in Islam. So if you want to indulge in such sin, just remember that you are doing, and what you are doing is displeasing Allah Azza wa Jalla. If you are going to gamble and putting money, a little money into it, and you're expecting a very big outcome, and therefore you know that this money you have imposed, it is very, very sure for you, if you put it in a different business, the outcome is going to be little by little by little by little, not to this degree. So it's just as if you are a scammer. Technically you are a scammer. So if you are indulging in gambling, for example, this is what caused so many situation problem in this dunya. When you are gambling, it makes someone to think, when he loses his money, what type of reaction will he feel? And when someone does that, involve himself in gambling, when he remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he withdraw himself from gambling, before he gamble, he remember Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah says he will grant the person reward because of why he withdraw himself from committing that sin. So if you are someone who gambled and you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased with what you are doing, wallahi, every single Muslim will gamble. Every single Muslim, every single sheikh, ustaz, and Islamic teachers and scholars, you will see them advertising a gambling app. But astaghfirullah, it is haram, total haram. My beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, don't ever indulge yourself in gambling. Wallahi, it is a major sin. And involving in gambling is something that it is permissible in this 21st century today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us and guide us. It's very important for us to know these things and correct it in our ways, because if we are doing it, is a major sin. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.